together, and we start in a couple weeks.
Are you excited? What can you tell us about a Happy Gilmore sequel?
It's good. It's good. Like, we worked hard on the script, man. We didn't want to let anybody down. People have been asking me for a long time, do Happy Gilmore 2? And I was always like, nah, I'll only let you down. But then me and my buddy Tim Herlihy, we came up with this idea. We're really excited about it. We wrote our asses off. We're continuing to try to make it a movie that you guys will like, and I think we're excited. So many of the golfers are being nice, and they're going to be a part of it, and all. And
told me there's going to be some.
Just hours after these photos of a smiling Cameron Boyce were taken by his father, the 20-year-old was found unresponsive at his Los Angeles home, passing away suddenly last month in his sleep due to a seizure, which was a result of epilepsy, a neurological disorder that affects nearly 3.5 million Americans.
He never talked about it, not in interviews, on the red carpet, or even when fans begged him to. Adam Sandler didn't say anything about Cameron Boyce's death for 6 long years. Boyce was the young star who played his son in Grown Ups and won hearts all over the world. Then, out of the blue, Happy Gilmore 2 came out with a salute that was so sly and hidden that it shocked fans. Why now? Why this scene? Why this movie? Once more, people asked questions. What really killed Cameron in 2019? As we were told, it was just epilepsy. But was there something more going on that only Adam knew about? The honor was more than just a quiet act. It was a whisper, a memory, and maybe even a confession. It wasn't just Hollywood thinking about a friend. The tone was private. We saw everything differently after that.
Never seized, and he only ever had seizures while he slept. He never had one while he was awake. Every time he had a seizure, he would bite his tongue or bite his lip. He wouldn't have any memory of the seizure.
And obviously, if I ever thought that he could die from a seizure, I would have never let him out of my sight, which would have been awful for him. And so we thought, because he hadn't had one for 13 months before the last one.
For nearly a decade, Cameron was a fixture on family TV screens all.
They met for the first time on the set of Grown Ups in 2010. Adam Sandler played the silly, kind father Lenny Fader, and Cameron Boyce, who was only 11 years old at the time, played Keithy, his smart, scene-stealing son. What began as a casting choice quickly turned into something much more important.
At just 12 years old, he landed his breakout role on Disney Channel's hit show, Jessie.
That seems kind of crazy, doesn't it?
Going on to star in the wildly popular Descendants franchise, showcasing his many talents as an actor.
It wasn't the right time, all right?
And dancer.
Cameron didn't just see Sandler as an adult actor. He became a guide, a guardian, and almost a second dad to her off-screen. Later, people on the crew would say that Sandler always kept an eye out for them and checked in between takes, cracking jokes with them. It wasn't just business, it was personal.
He was amazing. He was always extremely wise, extremely thoughtful, incredibly athletic, a dancer from the minute he was born, and just the kindest, sweetest human you could possibly meet, ever. He used to say to me, share your wisdom, Mom. Share your wisdom with me, which...
Who says that?
Who says that as a kid? And I...
They talked about how great he was in talks over the years, one of the brightest lights I've ever seen. He made everyone better. Sandy made sure that Cameron was always learning, always laughing, and always cared for.
Yeah.
But because he was a millennium and there were a lot of kids there that were doing some acting and he wanted to try it, and we thought, we'll try it. And there he went, really. It took off very, very quickly. He never had an acting class, ever. He just had a true joy of life, of performing, of his craft. He was really, especially the year or two before he passed away, just really interested in his craft and building off of everything he had learned, but also stuff that was innate in him, including choreographing dance. And he was really...
Behind the jokes and laughter on set, there was real love. Cameron became a huge Disney star with Jessie and Descendants, but he never broke up with her. He called again. He still came by. He was still family.
Described as an old soul, Cameron believed deeply in helping others, combining acting with activism. His family now carrying on the work he began with the Cameron Boyce Foundation.
And the Cameron Boyce Foundation will do a lot of things for epilepsy, for ending gun violence, for the water crisis. Those are the areas he was really, really focused on.
What you leave should be bigger than you.
You know, I can never fill my son's shoes, ever, even though my foot is bigger than his. But we're gonna try to continue his legacy as best we can, because it's just too important to just let it die.
Usually
Their friendship got stronger as they worked together on films and had secret dinners together. Cameron was no longer just the kid from Grown Ups. Sandler was so proud of how he had grown into a thoughtful, responsible, and incredibly bright young man.
It came out that way.
Yeah.
You know, people say, what did you guys do? How did you get it? We didn't do anything.
Wow.
We just fed him and read to him and sang and danced with him and loved him, and then he just created his own path.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like it's so evident, like, you, like, saying those things about him, like, me just watching, you know, movies and shows that he's done and, like, seeing interviews with him, that, like, show, like, that's how I would have described him, but I don't even, like, know him personally, you know? Right. So that's so cool that was able, like, you know, I don't know him, but that's so cool that was able to shine through his work and through interviews.
But this is what no one saw coming. Behind the bright smiles and never-ending energy, behind the perfect takes and public charm, there was something else. Something that not even Sandler saw.
It came out that way.
Yeah.
You know, people say, what did you guys do? How did you get it? We didn't do anything.
Wow.
We just fed him and read to him and sang and danced with him and loved him, and then he just created his own path.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like it's so evident, like, you, like, saying those things about him, like, me just watching, you know, movies and shows that he's done and, like, seeing interviews with him, that, like, show, like, that's how I would have described him, but I don't even, like, know him personally, you know? Right. So that's so cool that was able, like, you know, I don't know him, but that's so cool that was able to shine through his work and through interviews.
Because even though their relationship was real, pure, rare, and unbreakable, Cameron was secretly fighting something. A quiet storm that not even his dad in Hollywood could shield him from. It hit like a truck when the news came. A life that ended too soon. A link was broken. And Sandler would think about it for years. Did I miss the signs?
Yeah.
And specifically from SUDEP.
Yes, sudden unexpected death in epilepsy patients.
Yes. He started experiencing his first seizure in 2017, I believe. And he had, you know, just a handful of them, about 5, and only about 1-2 max a year. And unfortunately, the 5th one took his life.
Cameron Boyce, who was only 20 years old, had died in his sleep. The news stopped time in the morning of July 6, 2019. Not a warning. Nothing. Just left. For people who had grown up seeing him light up the screen, it seemed impossible.
Much helped you with the laundry.
Yeah.
But what's great about it too is it still gives you that powerful clean. It still fights stains and odors. It gives you the clean that you can feel good about.
Absolutely. Big fan.
And right now, you guys listening, you can go to Earth Breeze and save 40% off your order.
Oh, let's go.
So go to earthbreeze.com/thesqueeze. That's earthbreeze.com/thesqueeze for 40% off.
Another fantastic deal, my gosh.
earthbreeze.com/thesqueeze. Get washing.
Jumping forward here, when did the epilepsy come into the picture? When was the first time that was introduced, or when was he diagnosed?
He had his first seizure January 1st, 2016 or 17.
Okay.
I think he was 16 or 17. I don't remember anymore. But he had a sleepover with a couple of his friends.
The troubled kid star wasn't him. He wasn't careless. He was the golden one. Skilled. Be humble. Happy. But the truth, which was revealed by his heartbroken family, was even worse. Cameron had a seizure in his sleep because he had epilepsy, a condition he had been quietly fighting. And almost no one knew.
Entertainment Report, our Doug Cole chatted with the megastar about his new character and how Hubie is inspired from some characters of Sandler's past.
Well, immediately I picked up on one classic character, but for the others, I had to go way back.
Well, hello, my ghouls and goblins.
Adam, I'd have to say, I feel like Hubie is a cross between Bobby Boucher.
Yes. That's what I call high-quality H2O.
Oh! And Tollbooth Willie.
The state charge is $1.25 pop.
That's good, man. I mean, there's that.
Alan Arkin was one of the first people to speak. His voice, which was usually very loud when he laughed, broke when he was sad. Cameron was one of the nicest, coolest, funniest, and most talented kids we knew, he wrote on Instagram. Gone way too soon. But that was only the outside.
Boy in there too.
How you doing, Mr. Henry?
Yeah, you know, I'm done with, I have no more new voices. I guess I did what I had to do.
As a trained volunteer, I know what it's like when your spooky fun gets out of hand.
I've been doing that voice since I'm about 16, and I figured, what the hell? And he does seem like he's related to Bobby Boucher for sure.
No. The supermarket's selling expired bacon. Janet at the library has not been herself lately. I heard a voice in the sewer.
I'm sorry, I didn't recognize him.
He's very close with his mother. Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm running out, man. I've done about 200 movies, buddy. The combos are running out.
It's pretty impressive how long he's been a loser.
The honor people saw was in Hubie Halloween the next year. It was a message in the end credits that most people would miss unless they waited. Peaceful. Secret. Being honest. Like Cameron.
Voices.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Salem PD?
Yeah, so obviously this is Hubie DuBois. He does a very funny Bernie Grillstein voice. Well, I've always wanted him to do something with that voice because it's very funny. Talks like this, kid. You're all right, kid. You're all right.
Would you lose your thermos?
Oh, that'll never happen.
Anyway.
We got an unsolved mystery here.
Oh.
Hubie! I know who did this. Not now, Hubie.
I'll say hi to Willie for you. I'll give.
Even though honors came in from friends, co-stars, and Disney fans all over the world, there were still questions. We should have known. Why didn't someone speak up earlier? Why was this young man, who had made so many people laugh, crying out in pain? His epilepsy was real, but it was hard to understand what was going on.
If you are unaware, Cameron was an amazing child actor, started on Disney Channel, just worked a lot, never stopped working, to be honest. I did Grown Ups 2 with him. He was in The Descendants.
Jesse,
is that the Disney show?
Yeah.
He never stopped working. He was in everything. And best known for who he was as a person. And unfortunately, in 2019, he passed away in the middle of the night from
epilepsy.
And the quiet lets whispers come in. There are no plots, just broken hearts. Was he scared to talk? Was he looking out for someone? Adam never spread the lies. He didn't say why. After that, though, things changed. He carried it with him through every movie, laugh, and secret vow. Be still and grieve. A wound never got better.
Kind of extraordinary. And a lot of fans say what you're saying, like they didn't know him personally, but somehow something came through that touched their heart in a way that, you know, it's kind of like not being the most spiritual person in the world. It's a big question mark for me. Like, what is that? What is that thing that he had?
Yeah.
I think also like a lot of people that worked with him, like you and other people, they felt like he was, or they knew right away that he was genuine in a world where most people were being very pretentious or putting on a face or trying to do what people think they should.
Fans were excited to see Adam Sandler play one of his most famous roles again in Happy Gilmore 2, which came out in 2025. It was funny and made me miss my childhood, but there was something else waiting for me in a quiet scene.
But the outpour of love from people that knew him, people that didn't know him, was just truly unbelievable to witness, and really just goes to show who he was as a person and the impact he had on so many lives. And we are just so thankful to have Victor and Libby with us today to talk about Cameron and his legacy, because what he did just as a person and what they are doing through the Cameron Boyce Foundation is just so...
The camera quickly moves across a TV in the background during a simple check-in booth scene. Not anything flashy. There is no music swell. Not even a flash. A look. A split second that only the most alert fans saw.
Kind of blown away and just saw his pure joy of performing and like leading, and just he was just on fire, like wow, like just natural, you know. And so we just decided to take him to dance lessons.
Wow.
And we took him to a dance place in North Hollywood, Millennium, which a lot of dancers come from Millennium, and he got right into the kids' company there, and that's where it sort of all started. But you know, Cameron was a kid who watched the world a lot. He was very, very observant. We used to worry about him a little bit because it was like, he's not participating. He just watches what is going on. But he was so intent in that, and he like didn't participate.
But someone did. Someone wrote on X, "That's Cameron from Jesse." Did anyone else just see Cameron Boyce on the screen? Asked someone else. I am crying. It went crazy in hours. Social media was full of screenshots.
As my wife likes to say.
Yeah.
And, you know, you need that. And that's, you know, you were asking about the grief thing. Like for her, support groups. For me, it's my buddies, my cycling crew.
Yeah.
As it is. And because it's both a physical thing and also a support thing.
Yeah.
And just as an example, yesterday we did a ride out of Malibu, and one of the guys who's a dentist who does very well for himself, he has a house here and he has a house in Idaho. And apparently people are asking him, why don't you just move to Idaho? Mm-hmm. And he told us, he said, we all just were sitting around, we had lunch after a ride, and he said, you know, people keep asking him to move to Idaho. He says, the only reason I don't move to Idaho is because of you guys.
Aww.
And he was like getting choked up. I was like, wow. But that's the kind of relationship that we have in this group. You know, it's very tight.
People stopped, rewound, and watched again. It wasn't just a coincidence. It wasn't just fluff. A tribute by Adam Sandler that was one of the most moving of his career was almost forgotten by most people.
Excuse me, I'm looking to get out there.
It's a blink and you miss it moment with a lot of heart in Happy Gilmore 2. Zoom into the corner of this scene and you'll see the late Cameron Boyce make a cameo on that TV in what appears to be an episode of his Disney Channel series, Jesse.
Friends from the old days are all showed up. That's the rest of the TV. They didn't always have flat screens there for it.
Wow, that is some Stone Age shiznit.
Cameron played Adam's son in the Grown Up series before his untimely death at the age of 20 in 2019 after an epileptic.
As he did with Hubie Halloween in 2020, where he quietly thanked Cameron in the end credits, Sandler once again chose understatement over showmanship. It was even scarier this time. A real video clip of Cameron happy and living his life. As a reminder, a letter of love. Farewell.
Seizure. The nod to Cameron, one of many made to stars lost since the first movie hit theaters in 1996.
Come here now. That was for you, Grandma.
From Christopher McDonald's Shooter McGavin fighting Sandler's Happy in a cemetery filled with references to the OG film.
It makes it really special. That was probably the first scene I did in the movie, and I thought how they were respecting all the people that we have lost over the years.
To that iconic Bob Barker fight, now immortalized in a video game, and Chubbs, aka Carl Weathers, still in the sky.
Adam's got a big heart, you know, and if you watch his movies, they're always like really funny and really, really silly.
Then there was the talk. It took Sandler years of silence before he finally talked about Cameron's death. He said in a weak voice, he didn't want people to worry.
There was no reason for him to be treated differently.
Related to being authentic, funny, and just keeping it real. But this isn't the first time that Adam has paid tribute to the late child star. The 58-year-old also included a message within the credits scene of his 2020 Netflix film Hubie Halloween, reading, "In loving memory of Cameron Boyce, gone way too soon, and one of the kindest, coolest, funniest, and most talented kids we knew. You live on forever in our hearts and are truly missed every day." In July 2019, Cameron's family confirmed to E! News that the actor died at the age of 20 due to a seizure, a result of an ongoing medical condition for which he was being treated.
Cameron fought his epilepsy alone, even though he made everyone laugh. That's the reason he didn't say anything. That's why this hurts even more, Sandler said.
Adam Sandler is paying tribute to Cameron Boyce, 6 years after the Disney Channel actor, who co-starred as the comedian's on-screen son in the Grown Ups franchise, died in his sleep. Adam includes a sweet nod to Cameron in his latest film, Happy Gilmore 2. As Eagle Eye fans pointed out in one scene of the movie, Cameron appears on a TV within the background while the character works the check-in booth, with some speculating that the footage is from an episode of the Disney Channel show Jessie. One social media user writes on X, "Adam Sandler honoring Cameron Boyce in Happy Gilmore 2 melts my heart." And this isn't the first time that Adam has paid tribute to the child star.
Everything changed at that time. Cameron was more than just a kid star who died too soon. He was a soldier, an artist who hid his pain to keep other people safe, a boy who lit up screens and fought the darkness in silence.
For us, like, our big message is about, taking that diagnosis very seriously. And if the medical community doesn't tell you it's serious, you need to know it is.
Yeah.
Not to spook people, but like everything that Cameron had in terms of his epilepsy were actually things that we thought were positive, which were actually negative.
Oh my goodness.
And what I mean by that is that I thought because he had them in his sleep that he was safe.
Right.
But actually having them in your sleep is more common associated with people dying from a seizure.
With SUDEP.
With sudden unexpected death.
When Cameron Boyce died, it wasn't the end of his story. It was the start of something much bigger. Following his death, his family created the Cameron Boyce Foundation, an organization whose goal is to fight epilepsy through education, study, and advocacy.
And epilepsy patients is what he died of.
Yes.
Which is there's no etiology, there's no understanding of why, but how I feel about it is that he had a very bad seizure and his body just didn't breathe or his heart stopped or something like that. But there's so much stuff that we didn't know before he died.
Yeah.
There was so much knowledge.
Including the existence of SUDEP. We had never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
We had never heard of that.
The community could have armed us better. There's a balance between freaking a parent out and just giving them tools, right? Yeah. And we didn't get those tools.
What began as a tribute from a sad family quickly grew into a national movement. Insiders say Adam Sandler was helping behind the scenes the whole time, even though he never made a big deal out of it. There are fundraisers, silent gifts, and ways to show support. He was always there for Cameron and was the person she looked up to for safety.
And so the Cameron Boyce Foundation, that's really what we're all about, is awareness. And, speaking of his legacy, I know, even as hard as it is, and just every day, why did this kid die? I know that people are saved because of him.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't make it better.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't heal me.
No.
But it does make me feel as though at least something good came of it.
Yeah. Well, Cameron was always giving of his time, especially for sick kids. We used to visit sick kids in the hospital and we would be scheduled to see.
There was more to the honor in Happy Gilmore 2 than meets the eye. There was a message. A strong warning that even the nicest people, the ones who laugh the loudest and hug the tightest, can be quietly going through something unbearable.
And, his legacy has changed so many people's lives. And I'm curious from your point of view, what has it looked like have you learned anything maybe that you didn't know about Cameron from these amazing friends that he has, coming forward with stories, And just what does the outpour of love from people that...
It broke down the social norms against people with epilepsy, particularly young stars. Fans stopped, talk and think, see how their friends are doing, talk about how hurt they are.
And didn't know him. What has that felt like for you guys?
For me, it was just a reinforcement what I already knew.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say, you know, not so much. Like what I think sort of touched me is just how in every community that he was within, he was an anchor somehow. Like he was sort of the one that everyone depended on for sanity, for reason, for fun, for all of those things. And like I saw that because in our family, he was like that. I mean, for our family, he was when, you know, the party started when Cameron walked in the door.
I'll...
The most touching thing Sandler said wasn't in a news release. It came from the legacy he helped keep alive. A reporter asked him, "Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who never show it." His eyes were teary. Back then it was true, and more true now.
People want to tell him their problems and like how wanted him to fix, like he was their therapist. And I just thought it was too much sometimes. Like, dude, you don't have to be there like that much. You know, because that's sapping your energy. It was almost giving to a fault, which I didn't really like sometimes. But that, like I said, that's just who he was.
You can't help it.
And that's me. And that's me. Because like
you will say, okay, I'm done with this person.
Well, because I'm 61 years old.
Even you will say, okay,
Fans made wall paintings, watched grown-ups, Jesse and Descendants again. They lit some candles. Memories were shared. In this way, they kept Cameron living because he didn't leave behind fame, but an effect.
The sense that he was brilliant, he was a great actor, he was a great dancer, he was a great athlete. He could dance like crazy, he was so coordinated. And Cameron had scoliosis. Cameron was not even straight, and he could do flips and all this stuff. And so he was exceptional in that sense. But we know there's other people, like there's pro sports players that have epilepsy. We need people to come out of the shadows.
Start talking about it.
That's kind of our main thing. We need people to come out and speak on it so that we get more eyeballs on it, like Park.
Everything felt like it went full circle. He played Sandler's son on TV, and then he started acting like Sandler's son. When the world lost Cameron Boyce, we lost more than just a great actor. It was family.
26 will have epilepsy in their lifetime. So they're out there. It's just people don't talk about it. And it's always been, since the beginning of time, it's always been a stigmatized condition and not talked about. And it just continues. So for us, it's like, he is the biggest name in the epilepsy world who's come out, you know, out, not voluntarily, but obviously, you know, we are carrying his legacy. And for us, we know this is what he would want us to do.
So I don't know if you guys are like me, but I'm always looking for an excuse to give my closet a little sprucing. Especially for fall, because as you can tell in most of these episodes, I am in, you know.
He didn't scream Adam Sandler. He wasn't on Twitter. He didn't post at all. He just showed us in a quiet, subtle, and powerful way what it means to love someone. Cameron Boyce's story didn't end in 2019. There are hidden tributes to it in every scene, and Sandler brings it to life with every feeling he shows on screen. How did Adam really tell you? People who are strong often hide their deepest pain. It's not just about fame and that heritage, it's also about love. That sadness doesn't go away, it changes. So, what do you think took place behind the scenes? Feel free to share your ideas below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video because some honors need to be seen.